Hello there. Guess where I am? At the office. Guess why? Because I decided to quit my job and be an entrepreneur like an idiot. So my name is Demet, and what I'll be doing today is telling you, oh, not today actually, pretty much for the next, I don't know, as long as I can make this company keep going, is to walk you through the journey as I build out a company, kind of give you a behind the scenes view into a CEO's life. Obviously, it's a very busy world, so I can't aim to do blogs daily, but I'll try and give it as a raw, uncut version of what's happening every day, the challenges, the issues. Basically, it's just drama every day, and sometimes I kind of play a game which is, as I'm waking up today, what drama awaits me, and that's pretty much just a journey of your CEO, pretty much. I'm the CEO of Bloverse, and what I'm aiming to do and what I will do is revolutionize and pretty much totally disrupt the way content is being created, in terms of looking at journalists initially, but then this will spread out to videographers, photographers, people who produce memes, because the thing we're seeing is a lot of flux around the whole process where things are just constantly changing. So the whole structure of this is just to pretty much, at the end of the day, have a little, pretty much like a diary sort of thing of, hey guys, here's what's going on, here's what we're looking forward to this week, here are the challenges we're facing, and most importantly, get you involved in the journey of the Bloverse as we build it. In the coming weeks, months, I'll be giving you more information, obviously getting more engaged, some questions that you may have that I could answer as well. I'm looking forward to the journey. It's been maybe 5 months in, we have an MVP ready, we're kind of getting to the point where we can come out to the world and say, hey, this is what we got. So many exciting things in the background that's happening, and we're just kind of pushing it. On a day-to-day basis, it's good and bad. Some days you wake up, you don't want to get out of bed. Some days you've got the energy. Today is one of those mixed ones where you're just like, yeah. But it is what it is. And I look forward to actually bringing you in as part of this journey. It won't be fun. There will be hard times, but I want you to be involved in that. I want you to kind of go through this journey with me. I'll introduce you to the team over time. As we're building out the community as well, you can get involved in that. If you're a content creator, you absolutely have to get involved. You need to register, test this out. It's just going to be a totally different way in how content is being created. Is totally changing the whole process. With that, we want to ultimately serve the consumer better. We want the consumer who's reading these articles, watching these videos, looking at these memes to be able to oh wow, this is just amazing. We want to kind of go away from the clickbait. It's more of let's add value. So I'd rather you read 20 articles and watch 10 videos over the course of a week than watch 100 videos or read 200 articles because they're just clickbait here and there. That's not really adding that much value to you. You're looking at my office. I'm doing some Facebook ads at the moment. Push the ads out. It's for the photo contest. I'll probably say more about the photo contest later. But push the ads out, and I'm waiting for Facebook to accept it. So, fingers crossed. It's pretty much just the political based sort of ads that get rejected anyway, so I'm not as worried about it. So right now the core focus is the photo contest, getting it off the ground. There's some bugs with the main platform. So a bug is basically like an issue that pops up. So for example, right now we've got this infuriating pop-up that keeps appearing on the site. It's been fixed. We're about to put it back into production. So that's pretty much the end of day one. I'm just going to put it out uncut, like I said. Not going to spend as much time trying to edit it or make it look nice. It's pretty much just like a daily diary sort of thing of what's happening around me. So that's the end of vlog number 1 of the Bloverse. What do I call it? Maybe CEO vlogs, Blov vlogs, Blov dates. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. But have a good day and take care. Update. It is 5:14 in the morning. I've officially been here since I think I got to the office at about 2 a.m. or something. I think one thing that I don't know, you kind of have to learn to work around your schedule, and I pretty much work better at night, so yeah. Update is Facebook have accepted the Facebook have accepted the ad, so that's cool. They're out there now. People can start to register for the photo contest, so excited about that. We're working on, essentially working on an algorithm to help look at related entities and just a bunch of stuff. I'm not going to go into it. It's easier to explain once it's out there. So yeah, I've kind of been just working on some Python code, which is lots of programming language. Having a chat with my co-founder. He's in Nairobi, so they're 3 hours, ahead. So obviously it's about 8 a.m. over there now, so I was able to have a catch up with him. I'll probably put in another hour and then head home, sleep, come back replenished. Or better still, the gym opens at 6, so maybe there's a workout in it for me. But yeah, so quick update is Facebook's out there. Yeah, so we'll just pick it from there. Key thing now is driving traction. The reality is that it's not easy at the start because we're social animals, so no one wants to kind of be the trailblazer or the trendsetter. So that the target or the challenge for me is finding those trendsetters who are then gonna come in, get onto the platform, get used to it, spread the word, and then eventually 6 months down the line, it becomes something that you're stupid not to be on. That's ultimately why I'm working so hard. I want to build a platform where you're stupid not to be on it. If I'm not aiming for that, then there's just no point of doing this. But yeah, so that's kind of like where I am right now, and I'll give you probably check in later on at some point in the day once I've had some sleep and woken up. So till then, hello there. Today I said I was going to tell you about the photo contest. So what the photo contest is the main idea here is that you pretty much have so many photos you've taken over the years, where there's an interesting story. It could be a carnival, it could be like an interesting sight. Maybe you're in the savannah somewhere, or you're in the jungle and you're seeing two monkeys fighting, or like you saw like a really rare animal. Like I remember watching Top Gear, and then I think it was a jaguar that Jeremy Clarkson and the rest of them were chasing. So I think the whole concept here is to give you the opportunity to tell that story, because you could go to like a platform like an Instagram where you can push that out there, but it's just a picture that's being sold. But what we're trying to achieve here is for you to actually be able to tell that story as well. I've also got one that I'll probably put in the description in terms of an interesting story from when I got arrested at the American Embassy in Nigeria. This was pre-Trump, so it wasn't a big issue, but it was just one of those interesting experiences that's once in a lifetime, hopefully, that you just kind of enjoy telling. So the key thing is the photo contest is titled "The Story Behind the Photo," and what we're trying to do there is to enable people to be able to share interesting stories, that they may not have, and that's just sitting there in their phones without being shared. Other things is we finally have mock-ups. A mock-up's like a pre-design of what a site would look like in terms of the version 2 of the platform, and it's really, really exciting stuff. I'm pretty excited about it. I was talking to Amin, my co-founder, about it. I'm pretty excited about what's being done. We've got some of the best people, resources available who are working on these things, and we're really excited about how it's looking. There may be some issues here and there in terms of implementation, and realistically, it's not something that may come out till the end of March, but right here, right now, we're pretty excited about what it is and what's going to look like. With the platform's good to go, we've started having some registrations. I think so far we have about 40, 50 people who have registered. So we also have a meeting tomorrow, which is Wednesday. We have a meeting with some of the Young Voices. The Young Voices initiative, I'll probably go into it at another time. But we have some people who have registered for that, so that's pretty exciting as well. And I have a meeting with some other people. So far, as you know, as you would have seen somewhere, we're launching in 20 countries initially, just to make it more manageable. Even 20 is fairly big as well, but I like to bite more than I can chew. So out of those 20 countries, from thinking about 8 countries so far, we have people who are interested in the Young Voices initiative. I've been able to speak with these people, pitch the idea to them. Most of them love it, and they want to come on board, want to get involved. So that's exciting. So we're working with them on that. So yeah, that's pretty much where we are for today. It's just been mainly working on some code. I guess I'm just enjoying my last days of actually writing code, because down the line I probably wouldn't have time to write code anymore. I already feel overwhelmed in that there's so many things that are just literally waiting for me to get done, so many meetings that need to be had, but because of the limited time, that's one thing I've really learned over the last couple of weeks as well, which is that you kind of overestimate how much time you have. Because the challenge of running a company and being a startup is there's a chaotic environment. So pretty much every day you wake up and you have to pretty much pencil out at least 5 out of 10 working hours just to deal with random issues that will pop up. So the problem with that is then I've only got 5 hours left, but in my case I think it's 11:30 now, so I pretty much end up having to just do crazy hours to catch up with the work. But the good thing is down the line you can now start to get other people on board to manage the workload and to also pass on some responsibility to, pretty much just so you can sleep, because sleep is a luxury right now. So yes, I'm excited about where things are going. It's been a good start. The reality is that platforms like this, you kind of need to find the early adopters, because we're social animals. I think I mentioned this before, and no one's really going to go into something until loads of people are on there. If you see a video, think about it. If you go on YouTube, for example, and you see a video that's got 10 views, you're most likely not going to watch that video, but another video's got 1 million views, you're on it. So same with this case now, where we need to really work hard. Probably out of every 100 conversations, only maybe one person would want to sign up, but we need to work hard and have those conversations and really push hard in it to get people, to understand the vision, to understand what Bloverse is, what we mean by content 2.0, how we're really going to change and shake things up. But the problem is, like I said, is you need to find the trend spotters, and they're less than the 1% of the population. But so far so good. Like I mentioned, we have interested parties who want to come and write content in about 8 countries out of the 20. So it's now about trying to consolidate, push in the other countries, and kind of drag and try to pretty much make sure that we get a lot of traction. Some of the other issues there is languages, where obviously we're prioritizing English, but for example, one of our launch countries is Germany, and pretty much most of the population don't really speak or write in English, or prefer to speak or write in English. So those are some challenges where translation doesn't come until later on. Realistically, that may not come until 2020. So it's about trying to make sure that we just build up on based on what we have. Some countries out of the 20, we just have to accept that we won't get as much traction there because they just don't speak English. So those are just some things that you can deal with and adjust with. Like I mentioned, the ads were pushed out, they were able to work, and that's been driving traffic to the site. We've been getting people registering, so that's good. Had a bug with the registration process, was close to fixing it so we could then get people on. So the next month, 2 months, will just be about trying to push that rock up the hill in terms of getting people on, reminding them to post, encouraging them to post, having meetings, speaking to them, making it, because ultimately the main reason why I'm doing this as well is I want to make it a journey where everyone's involved. So that's pretty much how that's going to be. Yeah, so that's the update so far. In the coming days, I'll probably add more content about some stuff I've been reading. For example, 2 books I've really read of recent that have really had a massive impact are Tim Grover's Relentless, and there's another book, it's called Contagious. It's by a professor in Philadelphia. The name's I think it's Jonah Berger. Really good book. So what I'll do is I'll also then share, as part of the process, share some things I've learned from these books, some little snippets. Also, like I said, it's a raw, uncut version of the journey as I build, or as we build Bloverse, and to get you involved. So if you got any thoughts, any comments, any ideas, I'm always open. And I'm guessing there's like a subscribe button somewhere. I don't quite figure out where on the screen it would be, but yeah, so when that pops up, please subscribe. This is video number 1, video 1 of probably close to 1,000 over the next 2-3 years. So yeah, so strap up and get ready for the journey.